today we're going to be discussing uniforms in the UK and the fact they've gone too far. Right? Massively too far. As far as I'm concerned anyway. Some people say they don't go far enough. I say they've gone too far. Right, start with first example. People sent home from school over Afro hair had to pay £8,500 payout. This was February last year. See, what is wrong with that hair? I have curly hair. I'm possibly slightly biased on this, but there's nothing wrong with curly hair. Grow up, right? This is something else that's banned. This haircut that his mummy gave him during lockdown. Now in the UK, there was no other way you could get your hair cut, yet if you went in, your hair was slightly long, or your hair wasn't cut to a standard that the teachers were happy with, you would go get sent home during lockdown when there was no hairdressers. I mean, this is how ridiculous it got. This haircut, banned, because it's slightly wonky at the back. Oh no. No. This is banned because her trousers were tied around the top end of her leg. Yes. Sexist! Oh, sorry. Yes. Considering all women's trousers are tied around the top of the leg and around the boot. Like all girls' trousers are, you're being very sexist. Sorry, but you are. Sexist. Should we name and shame the school? Because they banned skirts, so you have to wear trousers. Yes. Fluffy socks. Yes, in the middle of winter when you're running around in snow, you are not allowed fluffy socks to keep your tootsies warm. Your tootsies have to drop off. Aren't they nice? This person was sent home for wearing the wrong blazer. She wasn't exactly wearing the wrong blazer. She had to cut some gold trim off it that was coming off anyway. Yes, gold braiding. The epitome of education. Being able to teach your child in the UK means, do they have gold braiding? Do they not have gold braiding? If they do not have gold braiding, I cannot teach your child because I'm too lazy. No, because their uniform isn't correct. It's just laziness. I cannot be bothered dealing with people. This haircut, also on the banned list. Yes. Other haircuts on the ban list? Oh, this one's a good one. And I get there. 50 children banned from one school for not following uniform policy. 50 children you sent home. That was done without an education. That time. 70 pupils, and I think this is this year as well, were sent home from their strict uniform policies. Right? Illegal shoes. Can't wear those shoes because it isn't wrong. And the Karen head teacher says, and she's a Karen. Wrong uniform. Right. Karen head teacher, where does it say? Here we go. Mrs. Hamilton said, as the new head teacher of Broadlands Academy, my Karenisms, no, I am determined to create a climate of excellence that our students deserve. Middle class! Oh shit! Oh, what did I just say there? Young people across the country have missed out on months of education. As a school, we have made a pledge to our students and parents that we will create a disruption-free learning of middle class. Oh, sorry. Yes. In our classrooms, so that all students can focus fully on the benefit of bespoke middle class curriculum and oh gee, coming down with the COVID there, the beer lurking, that we have placed in to fill our gaps. We will be working closely with families to ensure high expectations of middle class attitudes are met. We have made every effort to reach out with numerous text posts, websites, updates over the summer period. No, they don't. Many parents are in touch and appreciate our focus on high standards in eradicating the working class, in uniform, attendance behaviour, and are looking forward to the benefits this will bring to their children's experience at Broadlands. I'm very much looking forward, can you get more Karen than this? I am very looking forward to the next chapter of beginning of Broadlands with our unique family, of discrimination against the working class feel, and pastoral care is combined with a culture of high expectations of middle classdom, effort and respect. Allegedly, with the middle class bit. Mrs. Evans, with over 50 parents waiting outside their gates to collect their children, there are around 50 to 70 children from all year groups sent home September the 7th, when they'd just gone back after COVID. Miss Evans says she's disgusted by the school's uniform policy and is furious about the school's decision to isolate children if their uniform is not satisfactory. Yes, you are not middle class enough. Go away from our school. That is basically what that is. She said they want them to return to school tomorrow to spend the whole day in isolation, and if anyone from the America would like to know what isolation is, it is exactly what they do in prison. If you're a naughty boy and girl in prison, they stick you in an isolation cell to calm down. This is exactly what they're doing, these students, for bare minimal infringements on their uniform policy. They are basically sticking them in isolation. They are not allowed to go to the toilet without being escorted. They are not allowed to go to dinner or have food without being escorted. It's almost shocking how some schools teach. If you were to do that in a home setting, you would be arrested for child abuse. Yet in schools that's perfectly legal for some reason in the UK. Shouldn't be, but it is. After being off work for so long, parents can't afford their uniform, which is exactly what this one's saying. She cannot afford a new pair of shoes. Are the school going to pay for it? No. Let's have a look by this 13-year-old boy. Right, she just wanted a funky haircut. Right, so the mother covered the funky haircut with a headband, which was then sent back home. Let's have a picture of her haircut, because I thought it was pretty funky. Hang on a minute. Sure, it had a picture of it. It might not have been on this one, but she has a pretty funky haircut with flipping leopard spots, and I think they're cool. And what you can't see is she's got like leopard spots under there, shade into her hair, and that is pretty cool. So her mother covered it up with a headband. And apparently that's not good enough. Do you know what? I think controlling haircuts is very communist, like North Korea communism. But that's my personal opinion on it. Right? And I'll also say why I don't think this is very good for kids. Because if you make kids think they're all the same, they expect everyone to be all the same. And when they are not, that's when bullying happens. And it could be racially targeted, it could be targeted at someone for having a birthmark, a mole, freckles, and you exacerbate the fact that you make them all dress the same, you make them all have the same haircuts, you make them all... So anything then becomes a big thing. And let's face it, it shouldn't be. And this is why school uniform policies need checking. And the fact they don't like Instagram, right? They've complained about girls using fake tan Foundation for Instagram, right? And they say it's bad for kids to go on Instagram because they are forced to look the same, yet you're doing it in an even worse way, because you're saying you're not the way we want you to look, therefore we're putting you in a separate room. I mean, you're exacerbating it. My version is these head teachers need arresting for child abuse. And it seriously is getting to that point. If you are locking children in rooms by themselves for 8 hours a day because they look different, you should be arrested. That's just, you can't do it if you're a parent, so you shouldn't be able to do it if you're a teacher. And some of these uniform infractions, I'm sorry, but if you cannot teach your child because they've got fluffy socks on, you shouldn't be a teacher. And that's my personal opinion on it, and I'm sticking to it.